To the Magic Sponge podcast. I'm Rob Beckett.
Sponge.
That's sponge.
Yeah, keep it in. I like it.
Magic sponge, mate. Sticky toffee sponge on my nut. Sponge, Magic Sponge podcast. I'm Rob Beckett alongside me. That's Ian Smith.
Hello, mate.
And our guest this week. I mean, we should basically Jimmy Bullard's not here. So Kevin Gallen's here, obviously. I was going to do a big intro, but it's just to give everyone.
Kev's better than
Thanks
Jimmy.
for coming,
Anyway.
Kevin Gallen.
I feel like
he's better than Jimmy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's way better.
He's
So
a nice man.
We've got Kevin Gallen, star of Magic Sponge. I think your career on the media and Magic Sponge has almost overtaken your goal scoring for QPR at this point.
I think so,
it's
Robert.
Genuinely,
Don't
always
take
a
the
pleasure
piss.
to see you, Kevin Gallen.
Thank you, Robert.
You always make me smart and you're very funny and it's good to be on it. So thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
And you're going to help us interview and grill Keane Morrison, ex-Palace striker.
Too many clubs to mention.
Ireland international.
I don't know how that came up. Well, I
Neither
do
do
know.
I.
I do know how it came
Yeah,
about.
I swear down, I don't know either, bro.
I do, bro. Exactly. That's how I talk, bro. Yeah. I think I had to get.
I'm Irish, innit?
That's like that, bro. I'm so Irish, you get me though.
I said to him, you better put me in there. You're going to be in trouble when they
remember
put me
that.
in there.
I remember
Yeah.
that interview.
Remember that?
I'm Irish,
I'm
innit?
Irish,
I'm Irish,
innit? Yeah, I'm Irish,
Yeah, you
innit?
know
Yeah. Nah, I had a Guinness once. I think we went out away for the weekend. I had a Guinness and that.
That was it.
The rest is history. I'm in.
So
yeah.
what route was it? Was it a grandparent? Or-
Yeah, it was through my grandma, so yeah, it
Okay,
was,
fair enough.
that's how I did it. But I tell other stories. It could be. But,
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
Why didn't you? Because you could have played for, was it Jamaica or Trinidad
but
and
you know what?
get loads of
This
holidays.
is what makes me laugh. I've got no Trinidadian in me whatsoever. I just think, I could have played for them, but I can understand the Jamaica bit, but it wasn't for me, Jamaica. I used to hear stories about it, and Mick McCarthy kind of sold it to me about how good it was with Ireland. But what I do remember is when we did play against Jamaica, you know what the Jamaicans are like? I was playing on the pitch and they were saying, Clinton, you're a sellout. You sold out the country. I was like, yeah, but I was born in England. So really and truly, I should have sold out England, but I didn't. I went and played for Ireland because I felt Irish as soon as I met him.
I played for England under 21s. My first game was Ireland.
Yeah.
Right, and my parents are Irish, and my two brothers played for Ireland under 21s. Oh my God! You talk about the seller. I had kids in the crowd when they get a throw in. When I was warming up, you fucking bastard!
Yeah. Well, was it Welsh fans then? Sorry, Kevin.
I was a sellout. I had my uncle in the crowd. Well, the nationality had an Irish scarf on. I'm like, this ain't going well. I've got absolutely cleaned out.
Have you got your free mattress yet, Ian?
No, I haven't got my free mattress
Sponsored
yet.
by a mattress company, this podcast. You need a mattress?
I need a mattress.
Yeah. Get at least a mattress with the code Magic Sponge 80
If
for
you,
£80
if you
off.
type Magic Sponge 80 into you go Lisa mattress.
You get a fiver off.
It's LEESA.co.uk / Magic Sponge. And then Magic Sponge 80, you get 80 quid off a mattress. Kevin, thanks for coming on. But why, do we know why Jimmy's not here? Why is Jimmy not here?
Not happy.
Relegated? Just sad because he's getting relegated?
Sacked.
Will he listen back
I got
to
too
this?
much stories on Jim on the night out. So that's why he's not here. He was a bit worried about
What's that?
how he behaves, Jimmy. That's why he went here. I've got too much stories about him on the night
Oh, really?
out.
Have you been out with Jimmy then?
Well, we were in a club together. There's one club in particular. Everyone used to go to it when you were younger. We'd go to Embassy nightclub in London, Central London. So we were in there, and as you do, you're down the bottom, and all footballers, you get together and you're having a talk and stuff. I could see a lot of commotion coming down the stairs, yeah? So obviously, it's Jimmy Bullard, and he's all over the place. But what Jimmy does do, he jumps, slides down the stairs, jumps two-footed, and just jumps two-footed into all of us, and actually rugby tackles all of us. And that was Jimmy Bullard.
That is how everyone.
That is how he says hello to all of us.
He does
That's
love,
what type of guy he is.
He loves two-footing.
All right, two-foot is everyone. He just two-footed everyone. He's saying two-footed. He just two-footed everyone and jumped in the middle of the crowd. But he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He's one of the
Have
best.
you got any
ones.
other stories? You're not played with him, have you?
I haven't played with him, but I've always played against him. And he was just pure comedian on the pitch.
But really, even on the pitch as well?
Comedian. He would do stuff like, he'd be walking and say like someone who's got a bit of long, just pull the hair right back, and then he'll go and he'll have a laugh. It was just one of those funny guys who you just want to be on a pitch with. I'd love to have played with him because his stories would probably be amazing.
The first two episodes of this, we've got national news stories. Rowan Ricketts made the Sun for saying that it was a match that got fixed. And then Stack's episode, he's been in about Jermaine Pennant being pissed and then scoring a hat-trick. But also made it in the papers that Martin Keown needs loads of reassurance after games. So I've been like,
Oh, really?
the Sun newspaper is like, Jermaine Pennant like goes out on a massive bender, then scores a hat-trick the next day. In other news, Martin Keown's quite sort of got a lot of self-doubt and needs a bit of reassuring.
That's what Stacky said.
So Stacky's some guy.
Definitely Leighton
Pennant,
Baines is gonna be in the
always
Sun.
played pissed. Pennant did. I was with him at Birmingham. He either played pissed or he's got, you know, the electronic tag. I played with him when he came out of prison. And I was like, how you playing? How you gonna play with that?
Tag on.
Yeah, he had an electronic tag when he came out, and he
tracking
played.
him, going like, he's running up and down the wing today.
And I asked him, "What's it like?" And he said he had the best five-a-side team in the jail. I said, "Fair play to you."
What was Stacky like? Did you play with Stacky in Ireland then?
Yeah, a few times he came into the first team squad, and they roomed with me. I was like, Stacky, behave yourself tonight. So we get to about 10:30. But with the Ireland squad, you're always trying to sneak out.
Yeah.
But I said, Stacky, we got training tomorrow. He's like, no, let's go out, Clint. So he's there. He's like, let's go. I said, there's a security man that end. He's like, guess what he tries to do? He says,
prison?
Nah, yeah, it's like prison. Next thing you know, he goes, look, it's not too high. Let's get out the window. And he was ready to dive out the window and go down. But the guy was a full-on character. He was and he just wanted to go out, have a drink, and just have a good time. But he just enjoyed life. But I said to him, I can't jump out of that window, mate. I'll get injured. He said, it's all right for you. You're not playing. And I started laughing.
What floor were you on?
It was on the second floor, so we weren't too high up, but it was still a bit of a jump.
Enough, yeah.
And he just desperate. He's like, "Come on, I'm ready, Clint. I'm ready." Nothing came of it.
He's amazing.
We're doing chants, aren't we? And you're going to write a chant for Clinton.
Oh yeah. I need a pen.
Did you have any
Can't remember
chants when you played?
Chance. It was just Clinton and Morrison. There was loads of them. Clinton and Morrison. That was mostly the Palace fans, and it just went on to the Birmingham fans, Coventry. It was a bit
Clinton
basic.
O Morrison.
Yeah, well, yeah, Clinton and O Morrison. That's what they like to say. To be sure. Yeah.
And Kevin Gallen, your chant, you had Kevin Gallen's magic. He wears magic out. He plays for Queen Park Rangers, and he's a lovely chap. Yeah. So is that your song?
Yeah, that's a proper song.
He scores with his effort, scores with right, and when we play Chelsea, he'll score all fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Lovely. Thank
Any
you.
other ones? That's a good
Shit,
chant.
wanker.
You was with Roy Keane at Ireland.
Yeah, I was.
How was
Yes,
that?
this is when it gets good. Come on. Come on, you must have
He's
loads.
a head case. He surely has. I think he's got about a few demons in them heads, for sure. I remember going first into the Ireland squad, and this is different. This is an Ireland squad. He used to sit there, and you look up to a player like Roy Keane. But none of the lads, there would be a seat next to him. None of the lads would really. So me being the flash wide boy I was coming in, just thought, I'm going to go and sit there. And he didn't used to talk. So I was like, how's Man United? And it'd be like 1 or 2 word answers. I'm thinking, this is a struggle. No wonder why the lads are. Then I watched the way he eats. So he'd always eat his fruit before he'd eat his main course. So I was thinking, well, if it's good enough for Roy, I'm going to start doing it. So I started doing it. And I was thinking that might get me at Man United. But obviously it didn't get me at Man United. But he was one of those where when you were training, you never wanted to be on his team. We had players like Damien Duff, Robbie Keane, 2 of the best ever for Ireland. And Duff would go to Mick McCarthy and say, I don't want to be on his team, because it just used to make you feel that small if you give the ball away, and he'd shout at you and he'd bollock you and go mad at you. And everything was a struggle with him.
Yeah.
But I think we had a few nights where we played in the Faroe Island, and we got stuck there, stranded because of the fog and there, so we couldn't fly back after the game. We had won. So we all went out for the night, and I just remember being there, and I'm thinking, is Roy Keane really going to come in? Because this is packed full of Irish people. He's a legend. They're going to be. He was walking in the club, and everyone's doing it. He said, do that again and I'll knock you out. He's saying, rubbing his head, don't touch my head. I said, but Roy, they're going to do that.
Fans.
We're Irish, to his own fans. Do that again, I'll knock you out. So he said to the guy in Faroe Island, we don't really know no one. We want VIP. So we went up but the VIP was the worst little VIP ever, a little box. And then he was like, Clinton, I want you now to have a dance-off with Stephen Elliott. I was like, you want me to have a dance-off? He's
Roy
like,
Keane's just demanded that.
Demanded it. Because
gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Well, all the other lads is like, you can dance, Clinton. Let's have a dance-off with this Stephen Elliott who thought he was Vanilla Ice. So I said, let's have a go. I'll be MC Hammer, he'll be Vanilla Ice. So I said, play the tune. So they played the tune, I'm doing the dance. And then this is when I knew I got Roy Keane's scene of approval. He come over and he was like, yeah, you won that by a country mile. And then the whole club were up there and we were on top of the stage just doing back-to-back dancing. And I thought, you get involved, Roy. He said, there's absolutely no chance. He went back, sat down, drinking his Guinness. And that was the type of guy he was. But the best story ever about Roy Keane, and now everyone probably wants to do this and no one really likes to tell this story, but I don't care. I'll tell the story. So when we went to the World Cup, So we're going
brave man.
Yeah, I am a
Love
brave
it.
man. He'll probably come and get me.
This
And
is
it
the one-
might be the last interview I ever do, but I'll blame you, lot.
Yes, good. So this is the one where
This is the
he
one
left
where
the squad.
he left the squad.
Exclusive.
So every
God.
player's
Yeah.
dream is to go to the World Cup
Yeah.
2000.
This is going to make the
we're at the World.
papers. I know already. This is definitely getting in.
So we're at the World Cup, and so we're there. But 2 days before that, our kit don't come. So he's already losing his head because he likes things done properly. He was at Man United, everything was done properly. And he said, I'm not coming to the World Cup, Mick, unless things are done properly. But they didn't really like each other. And I'll get onto that with Mick and Roy. There was a thing that happened before I came in the squad about 8 years ago that they didn't really like each other. So there was a thing. I tell you that 8 years ago, Roy was a young then, and he was just coming into squad. Mick was captain. They were due with the Irish. You always go out the night before, and when he was due to be before a match. But he was due to be on the coach at this time, and he was about 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
He didn't even say sorry, just rolled to the back. And Mick McCarthy had a pop at him. He had a pop at him. So I think from that day on, there was a lot of dislike for each other. But then, so we're training. Our kit's not come. We're on the worst wobbly pitch. But if you'd waited 2 days, we went to this place called Chibo, which was the best facilities, and we were there for the whole of the World Cup. Yeah. But Roy being Roy lost his head, so we didn't have no kit. I remember training. Steve Finnan's gone over in a little pothole. The fire engine were basically there, water in the pitch before. That's how rock hard it was. So Roy was not happy. Yeah. And then our kit didn't come. So the Mick's like, let's go down in our tracksuits and do a few stretches and a few. Well, he's like, are you having a laugh? So by then he's saying, he's got back to the hotel, I'm going home. So we've just got here, he's like, I'm going home. Yeah. So coaching staff have to tell him, no, you'll be all right. So he said, all right then. So, all right. So we're having a sing. This is the best bit because I play a big part in this. A massive part. When I tell the story, it's brilliant. I tell it all the time. So we're walking along the beach. Me and Roy are walking along. We're on the beach, and he's saying to me, make sure you're at this World Cup, not to make the numbers, be part of it. You want to play football.
It's a bromance, you
Roy Keane. Yeah. If you look at the people in Ireland, they always got pictures, and I was the one that made him laugh just because I was that type of character. I don't care. I say it how it is. If you like me, I'm like Mama. You either love me or you hate me. I hope you three love me after this. So it was one of those. So we were on the beach walking, and he was saying about it, and I was thinking, he's buzzing, he's in a good mood. So we go in and we have dinner. So we're dinner. So say you're Roy Keane. Yeah, he's Roy Keane. Don't touch me. He's Roy Keane.
I'll knock you out.
I'm Steve Finnan. Yeah, and then that's where thing is, I'm sitting there, so I'm literally 2 away from him. So we're there.
Who can I be in this one?
You can be who was near us, Kevin Kilban. So you're right there. Because you look like him. To be fair, you got the same bonnet, just a little comb over. And so we're there, and we're there, and you have a sing song with Ireland. After you finish, you always have a sing song. Yeah. So I start all the Irish songs because I know all the Irish songs. Yeah, like I do, but I give it
MC Hammer.
Yeah, MC Hammer. So we're doing the Irish sing song, but Mick comes in. He didn't want anyone to do an interview about anything. So Roy's done an interview, just having a good old moan about things and everything. Yeah. And he didn't want that. Mick said, no one do interviews. And I think Mick, if he looks back at it now, probably could have handled the situation a bit different because you don't confront Roy Keane because Roy Keane is one of the most powerful men that you probably get in football.
Front of everyone. Yeah.
So I said he should have probably have done it 1-to-1. But we had some big players there like Niall Quinn, Steve Staunton, Shay Given. So there was big egos in there. Matty Holland, who, for another thing, I'll tell you something about him because he made me laugh about. He made me laugh about. It's something to do with that incident, but he makes me laugh because he was the biggest baby ever when Ray came back into the squad. But so Mick says to him, what you doing? So I knew straight away I could see Roy boiling. By this time, he's done the sing song. He's brilliant. He's buzzing. He's happy. Roy's doing the sing song. We're just singing Irish songs. Okay. I used to we're on the one road. See, he knows it. Kev knows it. See, so there you go.
We're on the one road.
We're on the one road.
We're on the road
to God knows where. So it was that. So we had all those songs. See, Kev knows he's Irish.
You don't even know. You're an idiot.
I'm Irish.
You've got some in ya. So we're doing that, and then Mick goes to him, you shouldn't have done that. Roy steps up and argues and goes, well, what are you going to do about it? So they're arguing, and then Mick goes, well, you bang out. And then Roy goes to him, well, you know, the problem, you're not even, he said, I'll tell you one thing, you're not even Irish, you're English. So I think all the English boys, me included, put our head on the table and think, we shouldn't be here. So they're just throwing pure verbals at each other. Roy goes to him, I never rated you as a footballer. And he said, you had a shit first touch and you was a shit player and you're a shit manager. He said, I only have respect for one manager, and that's Sir Alex Ferguson. And well, they've fallen out now. That's what he was saying. So they were going on, and then
Got no respect for the
so
manager.
he's like, you're a shit manager, you're a shit player. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm 21, I'm thinking, this guy's talking to the national manager here. We're at a World Cup. I said, this is a story. This is a story in the making. So obviously he goes like that, and he starts to walk. They start walking to each other. Mick's a big guy. His nose is massive. So he's not. Why they're walking to him? He's not. Mick's nose is probably over where Roy is, and they're about 20 yards away from each other.
You've got a shit man's got a massive nose.
So
your breast things are shit.
So they come. You out. They come to go. They're coming, and I'm thinking, nah. And then Mick kind of stops and goes, all right, then Ray goes, go and make a decision. So, and then and I'm thinking, you're gonna have to send him home here, but we need this guy. So he's going, go and make a decision, big man. So he goes, off you go. So he says, go and then go home. And then 2 days later, he's back in England, outside his home, walk his dog in his horrendous Theodora tracksuit that he had. So it was just horrendous. But the guy was just, it was an unbelievable story. And then even then, when he was home, Prime Minister or the head of Ireland tried to get him back, and they were close to getting him back, but the deadline had gone by because he wanted to come back. Yeah. But I think that you can't speak to your manager like that. Once you speak to your manager like that, you've lost, I think, the respect, even though I respected him. But what made me laugh about Matt Holland is, as soon as he went, he started writing stuff in the paper, which he does do, as Matt does. He was a nice guy. Like, we were in the World Cup, and he'd always get his kids to come and knock my door to wake me up and let's go on a theme park. And I was like, what are you doing? He said, they like you, Clinton. I was like, well, I'm not their dad, mate. You know what I mean? So let's not go there. So we go there, and then he wrote stuff about him, and then little did he know, Roy came back into the squad a year and a half later. I said, Roy's coming back in the squad. Wouldn't go near him, wouldn't sit near him. If there was a seat here, Matt would be here. There'd be a seat there. Roy wouldn't even sit there, just pie him. And it was just loads of stuff going. Even McAteer got involved. I think you lot might have seen when McAteer did that on the pitch about his book. He got it sent off, and he wrote that. I've read your book, because Roy he don't care. Roy will slag off whoever's there. Still does it now as a pundit. And McAteer's done it there.
They had an argument. He went, put it in your book.
Put it in your book.
Put it in your book. Because he did all the prawn sandwich brigade stuff when he was still playing for Man United.
McAteer thinks a spice boy anyway. He was always like that when we were in the Island squad. He would be on a night out. We'd be all together. He'd just go into the corner by himself. I'm thinking, what are you doing? He probably wants people to look at him. I'm Jason McAteer. No one's looking at you, mate. No one. You ain't got that white suit on anymore.
They're looking at you. You're standing next to Jamie Redknapp.
McAteer's playing snooker, and he went 180.
Playing snooker. That is him. That's him. Call him Trigger. That's how bad he is.
I heard a story that like his family are a bit like that as well. When his mum washed one of his Ralph Lauren polo shirts, which at the back has the back of it is lower than the front, and then she thought she'd done something with it, so chopped it off to level it up.
See what I mean? And that wouldn't surprise me. That's probably how Jason is. He's a strange guy. Insecure.
Did you not get on with him then?
I did get on with Jace. I did, but there were times where I just look at him and I think to myself, you're a bit sneaky. It was all about. He's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, but it seemed like the squad. He was injured once, and we're at a World Cup. Someone else's opportunity. He was upset, but he made it sound like it was all about him. It's all about what about some of the other players who are not going to play, who are not even here, but you're going to play. You're only missing one game. And he just made it all about him. But he was that type of guy, but he did love himself.
Were there any players you didn't get on with at all, and you had rows with, or
the only player I probably had a row with in my playing against him is Danny Mills. He got me on a charge. He's just annoying. He was annoying and just keep pinching me. And he trod on my he trod on my foot. So I've just grabbed him by his throat and just thrown him. But obviously you see me trying to hit him out, and we had to go to the FA. I think I got off it because I said couldn't really see much of me doing that. But he was one of those annoying ones who would give it on the pitch. But you know what? Mate, everyone probably hated me because I'm the most disliked man. I was the most annoying. I would give it the big one on the pitch. And I'd always tell everyone, I see you in the tunnel. But I'm not going to see him in the tunnel because I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. But I said, and you know what I used to say? I used to say, all right, I'll see you outside. And they'd be like, yeah, what, you got your boys there? I said, I have. Look, they're all in the car. There'll be 8 or 9 of my boys there, all like that. I said, but I'm not really like that. It was always me how I wanted to play up to the defenders to get in their ear. I'm not really that guy. I get portrayed as I think you was quite guy.
You was a little bit almost before your time because you are looking now at footballers. You weren't that flash compared to what they're like now. Like Pogba and his hair. And his
But what I was on the pitches, I would give it massive time, and probably I would have played against Kev in stages, and he'd probably be the same. But I was always a mouthy one, but not in terms.
Opposite ends.
Yeah, opposite ends. Yeah, but he would have probably heard about his defenders. Yeah, giving it to his defenders. Because I used to love giving it to the QPR because it was like a little bit of a rivalry.
Jealous of West London.
We were jealous of West London, as he says. But yeah, there weren't anyone I probably really disliked in football apart from probably Danny Mills. Done my head.
Anyone threaten you, like defenders?
Oh, I'd always get defenders threatening him. Yeah.
Was there anyone who was that petrified of though? Like
I was. You know when you. All right, so you know Big Darren Moore. You remember Big Darren Moore?
I got him sent off.
So he's like a he's
myself he's like a tunnel.
He's massive. He's a gentle giant, but he could be a bouncer.
Yeah, he's that big.
He's massive. He's like this. So the ball kept coming, and all I could hear he's like, he's growling. I'm gonna eat you. I was like, what? He's gonna eat me. So they kept playing balls up to my head.
Chipping over your head.
I said I wanted to feet or down the channel. He can't run. Play it to my feet. And he said, I'm gonna eat you. It's dinner time. And I just thought to myself, I said to the other striker, play on this side for a bit. So I just went and played on the weaker centre. But I think as strikers, you sometimes do that.
I used to play against Darren Moore. I swear to God, you make a run, to turn and run, he'd just step in your way. He flattened me about 5 times.
Yeah.
But I might have Neil Ruddock. You know Neil Ruddock.
I played with Razor.
I played with him when I was 18, and he threatened to break my legs at Anfield, and I shit it.
Yeah.
Proper. He said, see you just elbowed me. And I went, what? He went, you elbowed me. So what? What's he talking about? I'm running off here. So I'm running off. Come back again. And you haven't even fucking said sorry. What? Run off again. Next thing. See, the next time that ball comes into your feet, I'm going to break your fucking legs. I'm now shit myself. I'm 18. I'm like, what?
It's so scary, isn't it?
Anfield. I'm like, shit, the ball come up to me. I fucking jumped 4 foot in the air. Because I just jumped and he come charging in. He then played for QPR. And he's nicest bloke ever.
Guy,
and I went, Razor, do you remember the time we played? He went, no. I said, you threatened to break my legs. He went, did I? And I went, yeah. You fucking shit himself. I go, that's fucking brilliant.
That's the type of guy he is. He came to Palace towards the end. And I don't drink, so I don't drink. But he had this nutter guy with him. He had the craziest guy with him who was from Scouts, and he looked mean. And we all went out as a team, and Razor went, you better have this shot. I went, I'm not having it. He's like, he looked at his mate, he went, his mate started walking towards me. I was like, oh. He said, you're going to have this effing shot now, Clayton. Oh, you're in massive trouble. So I had to have a shot. I had to have a couple of shots. I had to have a drink. I was just there on the lamppost, just sat there. I was drunk because I don't drink alcohol. But when Razor says something, he says something. And what his party trick was, we'd always be out. And he'd get his balls out. He said, I've got the biggest balls in football. And that's his best story. We were in the club and he was like, look at these, Clint. These are the biggest balls in football. And I was like, no way. He just gets them out and he flops them out.
So big, aren't they?
They are massive.
I've never seen anything like it.
Ludo McCloskey.
Massive.
Ludo McCloskey.
Oh,
massive.
He's a big fan. I'm Googling Ludo McCloskey. And you know he's a West Ham goalie who was in QPR.
He sounds like a cartoon character.
Oh my God.
The biggest balls in football. Massive like that.
How do you spell McCloskey?
I don't know how to spell that.
Did McCloskey used to get him out? Or did just
no, just in the shower.
Oh my God. That made me laugh so much because I've not heard Ludo McCloskey made me laugh on its own. And then the fact that you reminded me that he existed and then he's got massive udder balls.
Massive
It's not. He doesn't look like what you'd expect for a man with like the biggest balls in football.
He don't look.
He looks tired. He looks like he's got a lot on his back.
A lot on his plate.
He looks like he's got the weight of the world.
He was strong.
What did he do?
He gripped me because I used to take the piss out of his accent. Gripped me like that.
Oh, just grabbed you.
Grappled me on the floor and I couldn't move. I went, Ludo, can you please get off me now in training?
Yeah.
He went, yeah, but you stop your fucking nonsense. Basically, shut the I was his keys to come out and training it.
Yeah.
In his days, keepers! Every time he's like, keepers! Your balls are so big!
Brilliant.
Ludo McCloskey.
Back to like the old school drinking, going out. I remember one year, Ruddock turned up on loan and Vinnie Jones at the same time, and we had Ian Dowie as well.
Wow.
Was Dowie a big drinker?
So we went out, and if you were like 20 minutes late, Right, you've got to drink these. Yeah, no, man. Drink them. Hold on a minute. Just got here. No, you're not moving until you drink these. They make you drink
It's also-
to catch up.
Yeah.
You've got to catch up.
What I find weird about proper football lads type thing is they're like a bit like weird, crazy, mental. But when it comes to drinking and lateness, they're such stickler for rules.
Yeah.
Drink that now.
Yeah,
You've got
you drink
15 minutes.
that
That's the reason. You've got to catch up. And you're drinking, and it's left hand only, and then shots through the eye. And if you don't do that, you've got to eat a spoon. Okay, they're the rules. All right, mate. Why is it so stressful?
When we were
If you're
drinking
late for a night out,
You are late for a night, you're in
got
trouble.
to drink. You're in
Massive
trouble. You're fined. Well, that's a fine, and someone be noting it.
If you're late, it's better enough just not turning up at all and just taking the fine because you're going to have to drink and you're going to be finished.
What's
But
that?
He was a
We
comedian.
get fines
razor.
at Milton Keynes. Paul Ince would fine you if you didn't go out.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of like
He's a
usual.
bit crazy. I only Paul Ince.
Yeah,
You didn't go out on Tuesday night? No, gaffer. Right, that's £100. What? You might as well went. Spent £100.
Where with Ireland, we were always out. You just wanted to go
What
out.
about Steve Staunton? He looks very serious.
See, he is a serious guy. See, it's a bit hard with here because I can be a bit serious here with this one because never really told anyone this, but I will tell everyone this. He was on loan with us at Palace. He's a serious guy, tremendous footballer.
Great left foot.
Great left foot. He
Wand,
scored one of
yeah.
the best goals I've ever seen at Palace from inside our half. Goalie miskicked it and he just put it back over. But he was a great player. He was a great guy. Got on really well, really well with him. And he was one of the big drinkers. Loved the drink. Always.
Yeah.
But loved the drink. But what made me laugh is Kenny Cunningham, who didn't drink, was the one who used to organise all the nights out and wanted to go out. And he was the one, he was the one who wanted to go out and organise all the nights out, but never drunk. So I used to think, how does that work? But I just think he used to like people watching. So he was one of those who used to
Like
like
seeing them being
seeing
pinned.
there,
Yeah.
being there.
Look at
But
them
Steve
idiots.
Staunton,
Look at those idiots.
Yeah, look at those
Drinking.
clowns, and that's
Yeah.
what I do. And I'm just there, the sober one, thinking, do you remember what happened in the morning? Do you remember?
Making
And I
notes
just
to
batter them
blackmail
and make
people
notes and
with
film it now. But so he got the manager's job at Ireland. And I respect him. And he said, I was in with him loads. And he was like, I'm just going to play some of the youngsters and you'll be back in. And back then I was scoring goals for fun, scoring in the championship week in, week out. And everyone, and for Ireland, my record for Ireland was reasonably really good. So and then he never really put me back in, didn't really explain. And he's the one who really ended my Ireland career where a lot of people said I should have got more caps.
Well done.
But,
Well done. That was well.
No, I
did
didn't
you
This
say
is
read
like
that.
when I mentioned David Pleat to Roy Ricketts.
So this is the guy, like, no one ever
done it
know
on
this,
purpose, you
but I'm a
nugget.
bit, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm-
but do you reckon he might
Right,
be
I don't hold grudges over him, though.
Yeah.
I still speak to him, but deep down, that hurt me. It left a sour
Do you think
taste
it's
in my
because
mouth.
like did you get fined though because you obviously wasn't as Irish as some of the other people in it? Do you
Listen.
find there was favouritism?
Oi, there was he's spot on.
Thank you.
Because,
Well done, high five.
You know what? He's
Better, Rob,
spot on.
better.
Thank you.
better.
Yes, you're getting it back up, and that's
get it.
why.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yep.
have you got an international goals quiz for
Well,
Clinton?
we've got a quiz. To win a prize, Clinton, can you name the 9 countries that you scored international goals against?
Wow, he's throwing it on me there.
Can you get them all?
Croatia.
Where's this pen?
Yes.
Just a second, let me get them
Because
out.
that was on my debut. Oh.
Yeah.
That must have felt good.
Ah, it was unbelievable. I kissed the badge straight away. I had to. I kissed the badge and ran there. They were thinking, who is this guy? Israel. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely on the byline, left foot volley. I remember that. Scotland.
Oh, yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
that one.
Australia.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
Did I score against China? Yeah, China.
Yeah.
How many's that now I've got?
I mean,
Okay.
you've got
How many-
4 more.
Denmark.
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm on fire here.
Yes.
I'm struggling now. Russia.
Yes.
Away at Russia. That's when I did get the old monkey chance there, and it wasn't nice.
Oh, wow.
Russia.
It weren't nice.
But we were losing, so I couldn't really go over to them and go like that, which I wanted to.
Scary place, Russia,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
scary.
Oh, God.
I said Scotland, then I said that.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
got 7 of us, 2
Two
more.
more.
Yeah.
Who have I got? I've just,
Go to one on holiday.
Well done.
well, there's a few there.
You've got
hold
an
on,
order.
Devon?
What, like Croatia, Denmark, Russia, Scotland, or Australia?
Iceland.
Clocks.
No, Iceland's
no,
not.
I ain't scored
No.
against them.
Clocks, tax
Wait,
havens.
hold on, there's 2 of them.
Banking.
Yeah. Well, give me the European countries.
Yeah, but I know it weren't. No, it was never Italy or any of those. I can't, European. They were. No, it weren't Portugal because 100% I know
No.
it weren't
Where
Portugal.
can you go to get yourself legally killed?
I don't know.
Down the road, mate.
No one else knows.
Yeah. Hey, certain parts of West Norway.
When you're old, you
Hold
wanna-
on, I'm struggling.
you gotta
Hold
go
on.
over
Tax-
to.
I know one.
Yeah.
San Marino.
No.
No, San Marino. No, Cyprus. Yes. Sorry, I got it. Yeah, that's what I knew it was one of them. Yeah, that's what I holiday. I ain't up. I got some stories. No, I have no stories on Iron Up that can't be on there. I'll get in trouble.
And where you get Toblerone from?
Toblerone, the mountains.
This is before you get.
Oh no, I remember this. Ball comes in, Duff crosses it. Head up, Roy Keane comes and celebrates Switzerland.
Yeah! You won the cake.
Where you go legally to get
From
murdered.
Morrison's.
Oh, yes.
A magic sponge chocolate cake.
Wow.
From Clinton Morrison's.
And that is all red. All the, diet advice.
Oh, no,
all
I'm
red,
going to say there's an orange one there. Come on.
The salt.
Salt.
It's getting big anyway, so I'm not bothered.
There's a fair bit of salt in there, but not a lot.
You can have that later, mate. Take it
If you
home.
want something, tell me, lads. I'll share and share.
I love that quiz. That was great.
There's a lot of
Ledge.
tension there. There's excitement.
I couldn't get that wrong. The two I was struggling.
I think that quiz was helped with Jimmy not being here going, your quiz is a shit, mate.
Oh, he's got the ump because he's
Very
getting relegated, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's right. He's
Nasty.
one winning 9, isn't it?
He's under pressure,
That's
isn't it?
big pressure.
That is big pressure, isn't it, Lever? He's
Any
got the
level.
Metropolitan Police next week.
Any level of any football. That's not good enough.
Isn't it? What happens when they get relegated? They have to play on a Sunday.
Hackney Marsh.
He won't listen to this, will he?
He won't like it, will he?
He
He pays subs then, doesn't
At
he?
least though,
He has
He'll
to
be
pay.
paying.
He has to pay subs.
Well,
Yeah.
I moved on Monday night.
Yeah.
I think the goals is right down his road anyway, so it's not too far for him to get
Playing
through.
5-0.
He'll be devil.
Rolling keeper, monkey rush keeper, yeah?
When he was tweeting that he got the job before he was Mr. Mourinho, now he's struggling.
He'll do it right. Good luck, Jim.
All the
luck,
best.
Jim.
Come on,
Good
turn
luck,
it round.
Jim.
Do we know why he's actually not here, Joel?
He's meeting a chairman.
Oh, he's doing Sky Soccer AM. He's doing Soccer AM.
Christ.
It's also got,
Crisis
they've got
talks.
minus
Crisis
three,
talks.
minus
Brilliant,
3
isn't it?
points for fielding an ineligible player as well.
Oh, he's David
No.
He's
Pleat
having
in
a
as well.
nightmare.
He's having
He's having
a
a fucking
stinker.
nightmare.
Really? Who
An
played?
amateur.
I don't know. And maybe he went on.
Also, this is about Ian. Is about you want to talk about Clinton's mum?
There's a few story about.
Oh, there is a few, I know.
Yeah, we're not discussing those ones. More football.
Don't discuss those ones. She will be here in a minute. She's only over the bridge.
she sounds amazing. So apparently, she got your transfer secured with Steve Bruce, and then she had a go at Rufus Brevet.
I don't even like this story. Yeah, it's not good.
Ex-teammate.
Yeah, well, yeah. This is brilliant. No, she did get me. Steve Bruce he had me at Palace, then he went to Birmingham, and they just got promoted. He said he wanted to sign me, and I was on to him like, any danger? But he wanted to take time because he had put bids in, and Palace didn't want to let me go.
Yeah.
So mum being mum was like, I was stressing at home. Mum's just rang him and said, any danger? You signing my son? He's like, yeah, calm down. It's going to be done in the next 2 days. And within the 2 days, it was done. So she just basically forced through it. But the problem is she done all that hard work, and the agent took all the money, didn't he? He didn't even give her a drink or anything. That's why I can't stand agents at the moment. Even though I might get into it one day because a lot of money. So
I think you'd be a good agent.
Yeah.
I think you know the game. You're good with people.
I'd be hustling. I get my money. I don't care about the player. But the Rufus Brevet, I spoke about this the other day. We're all right now, but it was tension. You know, when you're on the pitch, you have a bit of banter and stuff like that. So
was he on the other team or on your
yeah,
team?
he was on the other team.
Yeah.
We played QPR. It was actually at Loftus Road.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of banter. Maybe I stepped over the mark with remarks I made about him. I can't even remember back then, but obviously
Shit air.
Probably.
Big no.
His nickname was Gonzo.
Was it? Brevet. I don't even remember his nose.
Alan MacDonald, God rest his soul, I slaughtered him every day about his nose 100 times a day.
Really?
He'd go up to him and give it, Gonzo,
I didn't even realise he had a big
highbrow
nose. He got a big
Brilliant.
nose.
I never noticed it, but when Kevin's saying I didn't even get that close.
Constantly, all day,
Brilliant.
every day. We went to Italy. I got to say, we went to Italy and we were in the mountains, and we had to get a coach up to the training pitch. And every time we turned round the corner, the coach driver would go, so, like 10 times going up, 10 times going down, 3 times a day. Macca. Turn round and we'd just give it.
Coming round
So in case someone's coming around, he'd go, Macca would just turn around. Big nose.
Every time.
Finish it off with just shouting big
I'd
nose.
lose my head in the end. You'd have to lose your head.
Gonzo, Gonzo!
You'd have to lose your head.
We were laughing, but it was just,
Why didn't Rufus Brevett do anything about it?
He was just getting out bantered.
Yeah.
You know when you're getting out
it's one of
bantered.
those, you can't do nothing, it's 2 minutes.
It's too much because everyone's just cracking.
It's crazy.
It was legendary.
No, but yeah, so we went into the... He was still wanted to continue it in the players, and I thought it's gone. When you have banter on the pitch, it's usually finished. Got into the players' lounge upstairs, so we're all in there. You know, the MC Harvey's So Solid crew, obviously, you know him, I'm talking about Harvey. So he's in there because he's a friend.
I'm aware of garage music from 15 years ago.
There you go, 21 seconds. Sean Davis is a good friend.
Neutrino
there you go, you know your stuff.
MC Nate, having a shandy.
So we're all in there and he's there, obviously he came over and then he's obviously over me and he's got like a hot tea over him. He's like, what you saying? I'm like, I'm just trying to leave it thinking, diffuse it. I'm not really a fighter. I'm a lover, so I'm not really involved in it. So I'm there like that, and he's over me, but all my friends are around, and everyone's like, so my mum comes from nowhere. She's obviously seen what's going on. You better stand up, boy. I don't bring you up to sit down. Stand up and front him out. So I've had to stand up, and I was there in his face arguing with him, because I didn't think we were in a players' lounge, so there's a lot of people around.
I like how your mum's like encouraging you.
Yeah,
like,
she said basically, well, you stand up because he's got the hot thing of him. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's come and confronted me and wanted to continue in. But it wasn't a mum then that did anything. It was a sister who's a bit of a she will knock guys out. She don't care about
your
anything.
sister.
Yeah, so obviously he came across. So she flew around.
Got a number?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. she flew over and like basically pushed him out of the way, and then it's like a big free fall and all the bouncers and everyone's joining. they've all joined in, and then
in the players' lounge?
Yeah, in the players' lounge. So we got obviously
at the bar.
Yeah, we got banned for it. We opposition players weren't allowed in there because of me. And I remember Van der Sar was there shaking his head. You don't want those, I don't like those sort of things to happen because it makes me be portrayed as the bad guy. But obviously, if he's going to come in my face, it was my sister. She just saw the red mist and thought, I'm defending him, and just launched across him. But ever since then, it's fine. Like, this happened years and years ago. It's one of those things.
It
but
little heat
it kind of blew up. But yeah, if I was the hothead that I was, then it could have been
worse.
Yeah, exactly.
And what about Robbie Savage at Birmingham? You got some stories about him.
This guy's a comedian. Listen, I get on with Sav. Sav is me and him got the same sort of banter, yeah? So, but the first time I ever went there, what Savage likes to do is the most insecure man in the world. Very insecure.
Armani tattoo.
That's what I was going to say. So listen, I'm coming there, I've signed there, and then he's getting changed next to me. So I look next to me. I said to one of the lads, hold on, Sav, turn round. He's got the skinniest body ever. There's no muscle. His body's like an iron board. It's just like that, flat as a pancake. He's got a woman's body basically. I look, he's got an Armani tattoo. I absolutely grill him. That is horrendous. Where did you get that done? But
Giorgio did it.
Giorgio did it. He said I'm sponsored. I said there's no chance you're sponsored by money. And it looked like it was wonky and it was upside down anyway. So he had all that. We used to hammer him, but he was so insecure. He'd need to know the night before if he's playing. So he'd always want the assistant manager. He'd always ring him up and say, am I playing? He needed to know. He'd tell you this himself because he's just a funny lad. And he wanted number 8. So he had a Range Rover, and in Range Rover he had number 8 in the headrest. Yeah. He had a suit with number 8 on his suit, just to prove that's classy. And he had, you know what I had? Them little fake diamonds. I'd rather it be proper diamonds.
Oh, so the fake diamond?
Fake diamond. So it's fake diamond. I'm thinking put some real diamonds in with all the money you got. But his best thing was on the pitch. He would always if he's playing against someone, he'd always say to have someone else saying, you're just a skin, C-U-N-T. So he'd always say skin. One day he was doing it, and I think he did it to the centre of Mark Fish. I said, Fish has been at Lazio, mate, and other clubs. He's not skint, Sav. So stop going on about the money that you've got and stuff like that. He's got as much money as you.
Yeah.
I remember him once, the goalie had a beast on the Saturday. He had a beast. Nico Vasson had a beast. Yeah. His kicking was all over the shop. And Steve Bruce was having a go at him saying, the kicking's shocking and stuff like that. So you just leave it. He's had a beast on a Saturday. We come in Monday, leave him. Sav comes in and goes, ooh, Nico's kicking the ball. Where should we set on? Should we set on this side, that side? So them two just started having a fight. Yeah. I tell you, it was the worst fight I've ever seen by professional. Like both two skinny people, and they were like, you hit me like fairy slaps. Yeah. I'm like, just give someone a punch and knock him out. But it was two ladies fighting each other basically. Sav weren't a fight.
Yeah, what they needed was their mum and sister there.
On a handbag. Yeah, like that.
Have you seen any good fights between players at training ground?
I've seen a few fights. I've seen at Sheffield Wednesday, we had a guy, Reader Johnson, he was massive. And John Asemable, he was even bigger, a Scouse lad.
Yeah.
And two boys started to throw big haymakers at each other. And then someone said, "Oh, Clint, are you going to stop that?" I said, "Hell no, I'm sitting there watching that." I said, "Get me my popcorn. I'm going to be sitting there because they're two big lads. You're not going to." And in the end, it got stopped. And then one of the lads is like, "I'm waiting in my car. I'm going to wait in my car for him and I'm going to do him when he comes out the training ground." And it got so serious like that. I was thinking, nah, but in the end, it got squashed and it was all right. But me personally, I should have been battered by it. I used to wind up Chris Coleman, Ruddock, they would all want to batter me, but I'd get on.
Coleman as well?
Yeah, Chris Coleman
he fancied himself.
Listen, Cookie could handle himself. His thighs, he had the biggest thighs I've ever seen in football. One thigh was bigger than my whole body.
Really? With a thigh that would suit Ludo McCroskow's balls?
It would fit the balls brilliantly. It was unbelievable. I think it'd be a perfect match.
Did you have a chant? Have you written a chant?
I'm working on it now. I
hope it's a good one, because I've just got boring ones in my career. This could be the best one.
I'm fucking nailing this.
It's really going for it.
I bet you're not.
Gallen,
I am, mate.
You got anything else you want to share with us? Anything happened recently apart from stories we're not allowed to publish about managers doing dodgy stuff?
Doing dodgy stuff. Yeah, there is loads of that. There is.
Do you still meet up with old players for drinks, like that you play? No, but when you was playing with them, like
I played football the other day actually.
Did you?
Sunday, yes.
Who for?
For my old school, like a veteran team.
Oh, okay.
Old Vaughaners. We played in Finchley on a Sunday, not a Saturday.
No.
It was Sunday. We lost 3-2.
How did you get on?
Pulled my hamstring after 20. Carried on. And as I was walking here today, my knee's gone, my back's gone, my shoulder's gone, my Achilles is tight.
What have you done?
Yeah.
I just absolutely ruined.
He only played in goal.
It was Thursday. It's Thursday now. That was on Sunday.
Are you playing again?
Not the way I feel. No, I'm going to just ring the manager. Don't ask me, please. It's just a disaster. It's a great laugh afterwards. It's frustrating.
What was the other level of people there? Because your school, was it just general blokes?
Just old bloke, veteran team.
Yeah, but you were professional.
Yeah, but you should have seen the pitch. It was a leveler.
That's what. Because you know up.
You're here over.
Hey,
it's going to end on a sad note.
Ian, have you got your chant, and we'll finish
right,
with the chant.
Let me tell you.
This will be a sad
Let
note.
me tell you the lyrics. No, this is. I'm happy with this. Some of the rhymes I've done. Don't know if you can read that.
I did a beatbox.
Okay. Clinton Morrison, as Irish as they come. Don't mess with him. He's gonna call his mum. You think his mum's hard, you gotta see his sister. Clinton scored, Michael Owen would have missed her. That's it, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, right, thank you so much for coming on. You've been brilliant.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for listening as well. And Kev Gallen, thank you very much. Bit of fist on you, mate.
Cheers, top man, Rob.
No worries, thanks for coming in. And also, just tweet your favourite chants and any questions to Dave Magic Sponge on Twitter or hashtag Magic Sponge. And keep downloading it. Get your mates to download it. And just tell, because a lot of people don't even know what podcasts are. A lot of my mates. Right, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye. The Magic Sponge is a ... production for Dave, hosted by Rob Beckett, Jimmy Bullard and Ian Smith.